Miguel Dorati back at the iBob Vaults with another boxing video blog. Like I said, the boxing calendar is picking up here in September. Weekend of September 11th and 12th sees the premier boxing champions on TV in the United States, back-to-back nights here. On Friday night, they're going to air on Spike TV. They're coming to us from up in Ontario, Canada. The main event there is Adonis Stevenson defending his light heavyweight belt against Tommy Karpency. Stevenson minus 2,500 favorite, Karpency coming back at plus 1,400. Stevenson's been criticized a lot. Al Heyman's been criticized for not trying to work on the Sergey Kovalev Adonis Stevenson match. It's the showdown everyone wants to see at light heavyweight, and because Heyman doesn't have Kovalev under contract and Kovalev is with HBO, they haven't been able to make it happen. So here he gets Karpency, who's basically at plus 1,400, not being given much of a chance. In support of that fight, you got a 10-round welterweight fight. This one should be a good one. American Olympian Errol Spence Jr. He's hoping to stay undefeated here. He's at 17-0 now as a pro, and he's facing Chris Van Heerden at plus 1,300. Errol Spence is minus 2,150 favorite, and Van Heerden, like I said, is at plus 1,300. What you have here is Spence. He's looking to get some ring time. Van Heerden, he's been fighting in the United States for the last handful of fights, and he's been doing pretty well, but it's expected here that he's out of his league. Spence could have been a big star if he had been medaled in the Olympics, but the 2012 Olympics were a debacle. He went out in the quarterfinals, and therefore he's been brought along and fast-tracked, and he's at 17-0 now, and look for him to go 18-0. Now, when we switch over to Saturday, you got the Premier Boxing Champions airing on NBC, and this is coming to us from up in Connecticut in the Foxwoods up there. And what you got is a middleweight enigma, Peter Quillin, huge favorite, minus 1,250, as he faces Michael Zarafa, who's paying back at plus 5,000. Quillin, a former champion, fought Andy Lee on his last appearance for the Premier Boxing Champions, wound up with a draw, did not go home with the belt as he expected to do. He had vacated a belt and stuff, so he's undefeated. He has that one draw. He's at 31-0-1 or something along those lines. And here he's just going to try to pick up another win and another paycheck as he looks to maneuver himself into a bigger fight. But we'll see. Peter Quinlan did not impress with that draw in his last outing. And in support of that fight at super welterweight, you got world title on the line as Cornelius Bunridge faces Jermall Charlo. Jermall of the Fighting Charlo twins, and he's undefeated, and he gets the crack here at the world champion. Bunridge, solid fighter in his 40s, and he's coming in, despite having the belt, as a pretty big underdog at plus 1,100, with Charlo a minus 1,700 favorite to go home with the belt. That's what's going on Premier Boxing Champions. Premier Boxing Champions is coming through a run here. These are shows 3 and 4, where they're producing and putting 4 shows on in about 8 days on American Network Television, and cable television. So exciting stuff on Premier Boxing Champions. We'll see how they do going up against the Mayweather-Berto pay-per-view. We'll talk to you after the fights.